Hello students, in today's chemistry class, you will learn about chemical changes. So first see what is chemical change. When a substance undergoes a chemical change, it is changed into a different substance with different properties. It means in a chemical change, there is a formation of new substance with entirely different properties. For an example, baking a cake, ripening of fruits, fermentation, rusting of iron, germination of seed, curdling of milk, all these are the examples of a chemical change. Now question arises that why during a chemical change only there is a formation of new substance? Why not in physical change? The answer is, in a chemical change, the molecules of original substance, it means the molecules of reactant that undergoes change, means there is a rearrangement of molecules of the reactant to form a product of different properties. It means there is a rearrangement of bonds of the reactant to form a new product. That's why there is change in the properties occur. Now few characteristics of chemical change, that is during a chemical change one or more new substances are formed. Chemical change, it's a permanent change. Thus a chemical change cannot be reversed by simple physical methods. During a chemical change, relatively large amount of heat, light or any other radiation may be given out or absorbed. During a chemical change, both physical and chemical properties of a substance are changed, and there is also change in the mass of the substance undergoing a chemical change. So there are few indicators which will help us, which shows that whether the substance has undergone a chemical change or not. Means the indicators will help you to identify the change. So first indicator is there will be a color change. If any chemical change occurs, there will be color change in the substance. Texture change, there will be the production of gas, there will be formation of precipitate, very obvious. There will be change in the mass of the original substance, temperature change of the substance. All these are the indicators which indicates that a chemical change has occurred. Now the next is importance of chemical change. Chemical change is a important process for our everyday life. That is, it's a important in our everyday life, and chemical change can be natural or it can be man-made also. So first importance is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, it's a chemical change because with the help of photosynthesis, plants prepare their own food by using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight. Next importance is respiration. Respiration helps us to release energy needed by the cells of the body. Third is digestion. Digestion is also a chemical change, and during digestion food undergoes a number of chemical changes to provide energy. Last is the combustion. Combustion is a type of chemical change which produces heat energy used for both domesticated as well as for industrial processes. Soaps and detergents that are produced also because of chemical change. A number of useful metals like iron, aluminium, copper, etc. are extracted from their combined state by chemical process only. The next is identifying chemical change. Means there are some process which occurs during chemical change. So we can take them as a identifying process. So first process is burning, then rusting, then third one is cooking of food, fourth one is digestion, fifth one respiration, and the last one is curdling. So see first one, what is burning? During burning, a combustible substance combines with oxygen and produces a new substance with heat and light. So, burning is a chemical change because when a substance undergo the process of burning, there is a production of a new substance. That is, if a wood undergone burning process, there will be production of ash, which is a new substance, and it's a irreversible process, and during burning the wood give us heat and light. So we can say burning is a chemical change. Next is rusting. Rusting is an oxidation reaction. The iron reacts with water and oxygen to form hydrated iron oxide, which we see as rust. Iron and steel rust when they come into contact with water and oxygen. So both water and oxygen are needed for rusting to occur, and it's a slow process, means it's a slow change, but it is a chemical change. Next is cooking of food. Cooking of food, it is a chemical change, and it can be desirable, it can be irreversible, and sometimes it's an endothermic change. The next is digestion. It is a process by which food can be easily absorbed, and it's a desirable, irreversible, and endothermic process. The third one, respiration. Respiration, it's a process of breaking down of food to release energy, carbon dioxide, and water. And also it's a desirable, irreversible, and exothermic process. The last one is curdling. It is a process by which a liquid transforms into semi-solid mass. The best example you can understand the curdling process, that is curdling of milk. Curdling of milk occurs on adding lime juice or vinegar to the milk. And curdling of milk to form curd is desirable, irreversible, and endothermic process. Students, this was the last topic for the chapter 2, physical and chemical changes. One table is given in your book, the difference between physical and chemical change, which is also very important. You need to make that table in your notebook. And today's homework, what is a chemical change? Give examples. Second question, explain different processes which helps in identifying chemical changes. Question number 3, list the importance of chemical changes. Write these answers in your chemistry notebook and try to complete the exercise questions given in your textbook. Thank you.